big and requested internet drama news, let's talk about Moistcritikal, Sssniperwolf, an apology, and an alleged framing. Right, and all of this connects back to React content and copyright strikes being back in the news. Because at the outset of this, it just seemed like more bad news about Sssniperwolf. Because as you might remember, last year there was that major controversy between her and that other creator, Jack's Films, with that just absolutely blowing up after she doxed him by posting a photo from outside his house. You know, it was just this whole big thing in the community, and it started after Jack had been critical of Sssniperwolf's reaction content, saying among other things that she wasn't transforming or adding anything meaningful to the videos that she reacts to, and therefore it's actually just stealing people's content and not giving credit. And the reason that I talk about this thing that happened almost nearly a year ago is that a smaller creator just accused Sssniperwolf of copyright striking him, all because he reacted to her content. See, a few months ago, the channel One Giant Onion made a video called Watching Sssniperwolf Until I Laugh, and then watching 3 hours of her content and not laughing, seemingly to try to make the point that she's not funny or doing anything substantial in her reaction videos. But then with that, he recently put out a video saying that she hit him with a strike.
And this is completely unjust because, as you all know, Sssniperwolf doesn't do any transformative content at all, really. She's a React channel. Sssniperwolf is notorious for stealing other people's videos and not crediting the original creators at all.
Or with him arguing that it just doesn't make sense for her to do this because he was really just doing the same thing that she does. That was part of the point. And they're noting that it especially hurts him because his channel is so much smaller than Sssniperwolf's, who has over 34 million subscribers.
Now, because she's such a large creator, there's not really anything I can do. She has a lot of power, and I don't really have any power over YouTube or anything like that.
With him also adding that this strike, it puts his channel and his income in danger. Right? And so his story, it starts gaining some traction, and then it absolutely blows up thanks to the likes of Moistcritikal putting out a video yesterday.
Now, technically, you could argue One Giant Onion was in the wrong because he took 3 hours worth of her content and didn't transform it. He just sat there, not giving a ton of input and definitely not laughing at it. However, Sssniperwolf doesn't own her own content either. She steals it. She doesn't have the right to that content that she's reacting to in the first place. Thus, she shouldn't be able to strike One Giant Onion for reacting to that content.
Right, and saying, as others have argued, it's just incredibly hypocritical for her to do this. Especially because someone like Sssniperwolf, they should understand just how serious it can feel to get hit with a strike.
Sssniperwolf has been on the platform for so long now, she knows just how special it is to be a content creator and how much a strike hurts that. Like, the kind of toll that takes. And yet she still went through with that. That is so sad. That is heartless.
But then, here's the thing with all this. Sssniperwolf responds, saying, I want to clarify that I did not strike anyone's video. I do not have any pending takedown notices. I believe someone else must have done it on my behalf. With Moistcritikal then responding, if that's true, you should contact the strike channel and get the information of the person who did strike it so you can take legal action against them. There's a huge problem with this dog shit on the platform right now, so it'd be great to put a stop to it. With that, then seemingly creating a side feud of its own, with Sssniperwolf defending herself, saying the channel made no effort to contact her and adding that it is irresponsible to post a video with false information. We also saw her as of this morning saying she reached out to One Giant Onion on Twitter to say it is not her or her claim and he should contact someone about it. And there, as of recording, it does look like he's trying to get more information on what's going on. But then one of the biggest updates being that Moistcritikal actually put out a video today titled Sssniperwolf Did Not Strike a Channel, and in it, he apologized.
So apologies to Sssniperwolf. I'm sorry for the big headache that this must have caused when she didn't do it. She wasn't the one that issued the strike.
With Moist saying that he was able to look at all the information that One Giant Onion received about the strike, right? And from what he saw, it looked like it came from someone pretending to work for an agency that claimed to represent Sssniperwolf. With him then going on to talk about the history of and the continued problems of impersonator strikes. Right? As far as the history, talking about the guy that impersonated Bungie and that whole ordeal, where Bungie actually hit a YouTuber with a $7.6 million lawsuit. And while Charlie and I think many others do credit YouTube with doing a relatively good job when it comes to situations like this, seemingly more needs to be done, and specifically, it needs to be done on YouTube's end, right? Noting that there are limitations to what a creator or just a regular person can do in a situation like this.
I also asked if she would be taking any action against them for the impersonation strikes, since it is illegal, and we have already seen a legal case from this with Bungie, as well as YouTube themselves doing this. I mention this all the time. YouTube dunked on a false flagger back in like 2019. They ruined them. Annihilated them. So I asked if Sssniperwolf would be trying to take action. She talks about how they're a foreign company, so it's pretty hard. And she's right. Since it is a foreign entity, her options are kind of limited there. So it's going to really be up to YouTube to solve this issue. Apparently this group has done this multiple times in the past, and now they've just done it again. So it looks like the only option to save the day is going to be sending up the bat signal and hoping YouTube will put on the cape and shut this group down, and maybe they will pursue something legally against them. because this is an issue that is spiraling out of control now.
But ultimately, that is where we are with this right now. It'll be interesting to see if anything does actually happen on YouTube's end here, if we get more information, if there's gonna be more of a crackdown. But in the meantime, I gotta ask, what are your thoughts and opinions, both on the specific issue of the Moistcritikal Sniperwolf situation, as well as the more grand and overarching story here?